The Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is officially out for those that have moved to New Zealand in the last 24 hours, and I have to say my expectations are met very, very nicely. Some of the changes Infinity Ward have made before release definitely are noticeable, and I'm enjoying myself and the new life that I've made in New Zealand. However, I've noticed massively that this game, like Modern Warfare 2019 and the beta, promotes players from playing very passively and just slowing things down in multiplayer games drastically. There are a lot of windows around the maps, things to head glitch and hide behind, and many long corridors with rooms to move into and hide in. If you don't adapt, you will have a rough time with this multiplayer, unfortunately, and that's just how it is. But today what I wanted to do is spend a bit of time telling you guys how my experience was when I first got off, and how I first got off to a good start, and give you some information that I wish I knew before booting up the game as to how you can expect to be playing when jumping in, and how you can expect other people to be playing when jumping in. But leave a like, everyone, if you do enjoy and go on to learn something new. Why not subscribe as well to the channel for more Modern Warfare 2 content coming. But let's go. It's no surprise from the base that this game promotes a slower style of gameplay, from pre-aiming, head glitching, or safe spaces put in by the devs. Each map is full of this style of gameplay, and when you take on those points, you really do see a switch in your performance versus rushing in and just playing how you would typically play in a Call of Duty. Long gone are the days of rushing into the middle of the map or slide cancelling your way around, which, by the way, is a massive W. They've removed slide cancelling completely, and bunny hopping has also been nerfed in this game. But when entering a map for the first time, I would suggest to take your time in, of course, first learning these maps. They are very, very different to the traditional Treyarch maps or even the traditional Vanguard maps. They're very, very safe spacey in a way that some of them are 3-lane maps. However, they have a lot of corridors, a lot of long corridors, a lot of little doorways, stairs going up and down, windows staring in and out of spawns, and different places you can head glitch from the left and the right of the maps, and even within key buildings and choke points. For example, on Macedo La Almas, I was put into a free-for-all and found that one of the high traffic areas was specifically the house on the left-hand side. In response to this, I would hold down this area, always moving around to different places and popping people off from outside the windows, listening to different footsteps and locking the house down. However, other maps such as El Aliso, you can't really do that, because the choke points are almost in the center of the map where all of the objectives and spawns flow straight into. This means you're going to have a much harder time locking down these areas while solo, which promotes the use of course, team play, and allows you to circle this house, listening to footsteps, using the portal radar, and even the UAV as well. This is why one of my biggest things to start off would be just spend a bit of time learning these maps if you possibly can, because playstyles on one map are not going to work on another. For example, with the two I gave you here, they're completely different in the way they flow, and you are going to have a tough time if you're just trying to camp on every map or just trying to rush on every map. You do have to adapt per different map, and that's a massive learning curve that I've had to take on, and that's why I'm letting you guys know as well. Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer is all about being smart in how you play, and if you are, you will see the results of that. And if you dive straight in and rush into gunfights all the time, you're gonna get dicked on constantly, and it will probably lead you to hating this game as well. In the first sort of 5 or 6 games that I've played, I've found that skill-based matchmaking, to be honest, hasn't been terrible just yet, but that's obviously because only the people in New Zealand are playing this game right now, and it's not on a global rollout. However, in the next couple of hours, I will have a couple of best class setups showing on the channel, but for me, I've got to say, the default classes are fantastic to use for the first hour or two of gameplay, and it still ranks up the base weapons as well. Or even just the base M4, which you can see on screen right now, is absolutely destroying people from pretty long ranges, to be fair. So this is always a really safe weapon to start off with and just to use rank up and get gold. However, one of the weapons I used at the very start was the default Hurricane. It's an SMG which can in some ways compete with ARs at medium to long range too. A very solid choice to use when first jumping on, and it allows you to play a bit faster. With it being an SMG, close range, it's going to outgun things like the M4 and other weapons like that as well. So I would highly recommend using this for the start off if you're more of a faster running gun objective player. But if you do like to take it a bit slower, then I would suggest using the M4 and try to push up into these objectives. Try to push it to the choke points whilst using cover. Your weapons massively count in this as well towards your playstyle, so choose wisely in that scenario too. Overall, I would recommend the M4. Again, a couple of class setups will be on the channel later around the M4 and a couple of other weapons as well, but it has very controllable recoil with 0 attachments on, and the power output in it is really, really good for the weapon that it is, and considering you unlock it straight away. Rank the M4 up and whack a suppressor on as well for free-for-all or just generally objectives, you are absolutely golden. It's surprising, to be fair, how much of a difference a suppressor can make in this game, even without the addition of it working or having any effect on the minimap. You can't hear the suppressor as much as you can a normal weapon. Obviously very logical, but in some games that doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter if you're using a suppressor or not, you can still hear them. In this, no, it's pretty good. These are the two weapons I've had the most joy with so far. However, the MP7 and the P90 are both very, very good choices to use if you're an SMG lover as well. Although my experiences with those two are very limited at this moment in time, but they're a good choice nevertheless. For ranking up in this game quickly, well, I mean, it's going to take some time. We're going to have a video dedicated to this coming out on the channel as well very shortly, so stick around for that if you're interested. But you do rank up quite slowly in this game nonetheless, along with weapons as well, and that may just be to prolong the life of multiplayer and the grind. If you've completed the campaign, don't forget you have the weapon XP tokens that you can use as well. Make sure they're all on so you can get the full advantage of ranking weapons up on your level. And also, if you've got the Vault Edition, not only do you get that insane M4 variant, but you also get a load of double XP and double weapon XP too. So smash it out, make sure you do put that on, and you should be okay. There isn't a whole lot of options in terms of game modes yet to rank up faster. Quick Play is just randomly selecting ones for now, but later on we should get more of a variety to choose from, and you can customize what it is you want to play as time goes on. But that is it for now, everyone. A very brief video on exactly what it is that you can do in this game for one, how I would suggest and recommend you play when first jumping in, and how to essentially stop you from hating this game immediately when playing. It is going to take time, everyone. You are going to have to get used to how everyone plays, and unfortunately, the slower that you take it, the better that you are. I'm not a fan of that personally, but it's worked for me, and I can guarantee it'll work for a lot of other people. So take these tips take these tips on board. Let me know your thoughts down below if they've helped you at all. Yeah, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Enjoy Modern Warfare 2, and make sure you stick around for the channel for plenty more content coming.